Tiki, they call me the Oracle. I'm about to make this historical. These questions you asking rhetorical. Like who do I be? You know. I am the queen. I'm rich supreme. You didn't know? What do you mean? Loki, they call me the Oracle. I'm about to make this historical. These questions you asking rhetorical. Like who do I be?
Can you see me? Hello? Can you find me? Can you find me? I'm here. Behind you, look. Behind you. I'm behind you. I am right behind you. Don't be scared. I just want to play a game with you. Hey, don't you run away. Please stay. Stay with me. If you don't come play with me, then we will kill you. Incy Wincy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. So Incy Wincy Spider went up the spout again. Incy Wincy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. So Incy Wincy Spider went up the spout again. Catch me if you can.
Grand Rise, welcome to Saturday. It is officially day 2 of October, and as I said, I'm going to try to bring you a scary story time from my life and others. If you would like to join me, I'm going to leave my email address in the description, so you can go ahead and send me a story or join me on any of the days through October to tell your freaky or supernatural, I should say, story. This one is pretty much pre-recorded since the house is super quiet right now because it's super early. Everyone is still asleep except for Mayat, my cat. So I figured I'd bring this one to you for day 2. Now, for any of you who've heard the story before, sit your ass down and just listen, because I'm putting this into rotation for scary time, story time for the whole month of Halloween. Again, day 2. I hope my mic is coming in clear, because I'm talking low. It's quiet in here. It's kind of quiet like the day that this happened. Once again, I'm going to take you back. I'm going to take you back to the house that I grew up in West Philly. One day, actually, it was the whole week. And I was cutting up. Do you hear me? I was cutting up, y'all. That whole week. I'm talking about, I was just being a prankster. I was pulling pranks on everybody in the house. And at that time, my aunt and her husband, I don't say my uncle because they didn't last long anyway. I ain't like that nigga. Anyway, they had just moved back to Philly, so they were staying on the basement level. And for those of you who've heard this story before, the basement in the house that I grew up in, it looks like an apartment for all intents and purposes, especially at the time, because they had a bar down there, living room, the whole nine. So it still does. It still does. So they were staying down there, like while they were getting on their feet. So then you had, all of us who's on the top level, bedrooms, bathroom, all that stuff. And then you got like the living room, dining room, kitchen, the sun porch, and you got the backyard. So this entire week, I was just going through the house, just being as devilish as I could. And I was playing all kinds of pranks on everybody. I had no picks this week. I was just in a devilishment kind of mood. I had no picks. So everybody was getting it. I was just popping out of the laundry basket in the hallway, and it's super dark. And of course, when you're walking up the steps and walking into my grandparents' room, it's dark, so you can't really see anything. And I think this is the prank, that whatever is in that house was like, okay, I want to play too. And I popped up out of that hamper, and I scared the shit out of my grandma. It's a wonder she didn't cold cock me in my face, right? Just off a natural reaction alone, just punch me in my face. Wait a minute, I'm making coffee too. Again, I hope that this audio is coming out clear because I'm talking very low. It's a wonder she ain't punch me in my face, right? But I just laugh, I giggle, ha ha, and I'm just like, I'm still gonna get all of you. I'm playing all these jokes on all of you. You don't know when it's gonna happen, the time or the place, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm just running through the damn house like a crazy person, creeping and popping out of places, and just, I think that one had I gone too far, because I actually scared my grandma. And she was ready. She should have punched me in my face, actually, but that didn't happen. So, I want to say it was maybe the next night. Now, I'm all satisfied, because I didn't scare almost everybody in the house. So, I'm satisfied at this point, right? I'm just chilling. And first of all, nobody was home at this time. No, someone was home, but they were in the basement. It was my aunt's husband. He was in the basement. My sister didn't come home yet. And on the East Coast, in the winter time, it gets dark really early. I want to say 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? So the house is pretty much dark on the upper level, third, the third. I guess you could say it's the third. And I had just came in from school. No one's in the fucking house. But whatever it is that's in the house, it's playtime. It's dark. It's dark. And I go into my room, and I shut the door. I put my book bag down on the floor, and I'm sitting on the bed. And, I just came home from school, so I'm just getting the day off of me. And I'm sitting there. And the unusual thing is, in the house I grew up, we really didn't knock on doors. Or, all of us was just kind of rude in that way. He was just busting in the room. I still do that to my kids. I just bust in. I rarely ever knock. It's probably just because of the way I was raised. It wasn't really needed to knock, because usually we didn't close doors too much. The doors would just be open. You might close the door when you're getting dressed or whatever, but that won't even stop somebody from just busting in girl, that's just how it was. But that day I shut the door, I put my book back down on the floor, And I was just kicking back, probably about to do homework or whatever. And I hear something knocking on the door. And it was like, and so I said, come in. First of all, I'm thinking, nobody in this fucking house knocks anyway, so why are they knocking? That was one of my first thoughts. Now, you're going to hear some noises. That's because I'm making coffee. And me making coffee is probably getting ready to wake everybody up. Okay, let me see. Somebody's getting ready to fall down. I don't know why these kids do the dishes and then don't stick them properly where they belong. Anyhow, so I hear that knocking at the door. I said, come in. And I just thought briefly for that moment, well, that's weird because nobody knock around here. I don't care if you're going to the bathroom. Somebody gonna bust in on you like, I gotta go to the bathroom. No privacy. So I said, come in. I didn't hear anything. And so I thought maybe I'm just hearing shit. Because there's nobody in this house, okay? Except for way in the basement. Again, that's like an apartment within itself. You don't even have to come upstairs at all. You actually can just go out of a separate door. In and out, like that kind of thing. You don't even have to come up the steps. So, again, the knocking was odd, but I figured, I don't know, maybe it was my aunt's husband who was knocking on the door or whatever. And I said, come in. No answer, nothing. And then I said, well, whatever. And I'm like, maybe I'm hearing shit, or maybe they went away. And so as I'm laying back, about to take my school clothes off or whatever, and I hear it again. Now, mind you, my ass was giving trouble all week, playing pranks and everything on somebody. So y'all know I'm immediately thinking, somebody fucking with me. Somebody is getting me back, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like, somebody is getting me the fuck back. And so I'm like, come on in. Nothing. And I said, okay, if they want to play with me, I'm going to play with them back, okay. So I go by the door, right? And I'm waiting for to hear the knock again. And it knocked. And I swung the door open. And I was like, gotcha. Nobody was fucking there. Okay? Nobody was there. And the way this house is made up, okay, there is no way, as fast as I swung that from the knock from me and then swinging the door open, you couldn't hide anywhere. Because you still had a long hallway. You have the bathroom right next to it, and then you have like the back room. One of, like the smaller rooms. I don't know about y'all. Most back rooms in row homes is the smallest. I would still be able to see you if you ran anyway, as fast as I pulled that door open. Nothing. So at this point, because I know this house has malicious activity, non-malicious spiritual activity, excuse me, I'm like, oh, fuck. I was young, too, when I started realizing that your actions have consequences. No, it was not right for me to be running around this house doing little devilish things that we can play in pranks on people. It wasn't right, but it was funny, right? It wasn't funny when this started happening to me. And so I flung that door open and I'm like, gotcha! Nothing. Nobody is there. Nobody's there. And I said, shit. I said to myself, oh God, what did I start? And I don't know. It kind of was like a whisper, like, I want to play too. I want to play too. Something like that. And I said, oh my gosh. So I shut the door back, and now I'm afraid. And then I hear the knocking again. So at this time, I'm at the point where I was like that guy in the clip that I showed y'all. Oh, fuck no, hell no. Because I told y'all, like, I got boundaries. I don't like to play these supernatural games and shit that you see on TV in real life. Like, while I'm awake. I don't like that. Because I can't rationalize that. You know, as a cognitive thinking person while I'm awake. Like, you know, leave me alone while I'm awake. But I deserved it because I was being a whole little devil that week. So when I heard it again, it's like, I want to play too or some shit. And I haul ass. I opened the door up and I haul ass down the first flight of steps. And then I haul ass down the second flight. And then I see my husband, he was sitting on the sofa watching TV. This is way down in the basement, y'all. Again, I told y'all, it has a private entrance. He has no need to even come up or through there. Really, none of them did. If you're in the basement chilling, you don't have to go upstairs to come out the doors. You can go right out the other, you know, the door that goes to the basement. And he looked at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, was you knocking on the door? Was you knocking on the door? And he was like, no, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you wasn't knocking on the door. And he was like, what? He's like, I've been downstairs this whole time. And as tall and lanky as he is, you can hear him coming, okay? It's like Lurch. So it ain't like, you know, he could just pop down and crawl into a ball somewhere like I could at the time. You know, he's tall, like 6'3". Oh, lanky Lurch looking motherfucker. He said to me like, you bugging. Ain't nobody thinking about you. He was just like, I hope you tired of playing jokes on people. It's not that funny, is it? And I just looked at him like, I'm a little kid, but in my mind, I'm thinking, man, fuck off. Like that kind of thing, right? And as I'm walking back up the steps, I don't know. People who go in their house, they always feel this too. It's always like someone is behind you. You guys, we just got so used to it that it didn't even bother us, but for other folks it did. Maybe I'll take y'all to that house one day with me, you know, via video or whatever. I do have a ghost box, but I don't think I'm going to open up that Pandora's box. But, yeah, so I just went running back out the steps, and I'm like, all right, okay. I'm like, okay. Like, the joke is over. I'm not going to play pranks on anybody else, you know, in the house. I'm not going to play pranks, period. But, of course, I did in my adult years. I told you we got what? We got 29 more days because this is day 2. So, I'll get to that, too. Because I've played pranks, and I still do. Here and there. But not like that time. I think me actually scaring my grandma was enough to make whatever is in that house was like, okay, you gonna learn today, little girl. All right, I think I went too far with scaring her. And, you know, so I go back up the steps, and of course I open up all the doors now so all the light could come in, right? Whatever light was available, because it's dark time now. It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So it was crazy, but that's day 2. I guess I'll call this playtime. Because whatever it was certainly down for the fuck shit. Since I was, and it scared the shit out of me, so, you know. So I went running back up the steps, and I basically just said out loud, like, okay, I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna scare anyone in the house anymore. I said it out loud, and I'm just like, I promise, just please stop that, because I was really frightened, and I'm sure in the moments where I was pranking my family members in the house, they were frightened too. But again, I think I went too far when I did it to Granny. So yeah, that's day 2 of Story Time, Scary Times with your girl, the Philly Bruja. I hope you guys are going to love these. Again, I don't think I have 30 days worth of supernatural and paranormal stories. Maybe. Hold on, Maya. I'll get your water in a second. Maybe. I don't know, because I'm thinking about them, and my daughter is reminding me of them as well, because I told her a lot of these. We'll also get to The Witch. Oh, that's a good one. We'll get to that one. We'll do that tomorrow. The Witch. And see, y'all like to, I like to say, you know, I'm a Bruja and things of that nature, but I'm talking about, it's a different kind of energy. I named it the witch, but apparently my mother had named it something different. Okay, I'm not going to give too much details about that. We'll get into that maybe tomorrow, okay? My coffee is finished. My story time is finished. Again, if you guys want to, you can always shoot me an email. Shoot me an email on over and let me know if you want me to retell your story. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Alright, just some money for this little kid. Yeah, so go ahead and shoot me an email. Leave a comment underneath for the videos, and we'll make it happen. And I'll be here if you want to share your paranormal experiences for 31 days of March. Halloween, All Hallows Eve, All Saints Day. I love it. Love it all. All right, my babies. You have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. This is a pre-upload because Saturdays, you just never know. Sometimes I'm chilling. Sometimes I'm on the move. You know what I mean? So I figured I'd pre-record this, upload it, shoot it out to y'all because I like to keep my word. So, day 2. Story times with the Philly Bruja. Growing up in the haunted hood. Alright, y'all. Have a good one, okay?